Blessings and greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We're live because we're meriting to stay alive in this most existential of moments with the intent of being configured toward Chaim, in circles of life, toward Chesed, in circles of kindness, toward Rachim, in circles of mercies. Unfortunately, it's Tzarena, to our great pain, as the world continues to languish in this horrific pandemic, which has claimed too many lives, and as well as claiming too many lives and causing too many people to be sick. Even members of my own wonderful Cronites community have been afflicted, and people are saying Psalms, Tehillim, praying for the speedy recovery for several individuals. May they all be healed speedily in our days. One of the instructions that we're told by health officials and government officials and city officials and federal officials is to isolate ourselves, while at the same time, too, for many people, it's unbearable because many of their favorite pastimes have been taken away from them. Say, National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League, their favorite movies, Broadway, music concerts, all different types of public gatherings. So what can we learn from, unfortunately, this series of events, which is spun around the world, is that there are two types of service that perhaps we can focus on in these moments where we're spending a little bit more time on our own. There are two fundamental approaches to serving Hashem, the Almighty. One is called hisobeduse, to isolate myself, to sort of separate from the pack, to disengage from the daily activities, which a lot of us are experiencing. Again, let's surrender to our great pain. And then there's the aspect of hisboenenuse, to meditate against inner understanding. So let's take a look briefly at these two words, hisbodedut or hitboded or boded, and hisbonenut, which is rooted in the word of bina, of understanding. When we spell out the word boded, beit vav dal daled, the numerical value of the first two letters of boded is base, which has 2, vav, which is 6, that's 8, and 8 is usually associated with that which is above the normal realm of natural living. And then we have a daled, and a daled, which has, again, a numerical value of 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So it adds up to 16, or some would say sweet 16. So the idea of the boded, without the lamed and the saf, which I just added to it, is actually a sweet experience to disengage from one's activities in order to get another perspective. And one of the things that's advised for those who want to hit the boded is to go into a forest or go by the seashore, watch the water come in and crash against the seashore, and gain a sense of peace where one is in communion with the Almighty Creator. Sort of speak, getting out of the smaller constructs that we engage in on a daily basis to kind of like connect to the bigger construct, which is Creator, in relation to Creator's creation. Then we have the idea of hisbonenut, which related to the word of bina, and bina has a very interesting as well numerical significance because it's spelled beit and then yud and then nun and hey. So the beit and the yud adds up to 12, which is something that can correspond to the 12 tribes of Israel. And the nun and the hey adds up to the numerical value of 55, which relates to the idea of netzach, of perseverance, victory, and hold the splendor of perseverance. But also, if we take a look at the word bina and we construct it, it also can be spelled out to signify the word ben yud k, a son or a student of the first two letters of the ineffable name of the divine name yud, followed by a hey, then followed by a vav, by a hey, and you notice I followed by because we're not really supposed to pronounce the word directly, but sort of make a hyphen or or a break between the pronunciation between the first, second, third word of the ineffable name, which also sometimes is coined as Yudke Vovke. So when we take the word Bina, we construct the letters as the Ben, the student, son, student of Yud K. The Yud in the inner dimensions of Torah is referring to the world to come. The Hey is referring to the manifestation of this physical world that we find ourselves in. So a student of the future world, as it fuses with this world, is someone who should not have any problem getting involved in hisboenenuse, because one can see the bigger picture as one gets out of one's smaller social constructs or social environments, just literal environment, their house environment, and get out back to nature, which I'm sure some people are longing to do if they're living in the big city and they want to get away from some of these airborne issues that we are all facing. But also to focus in on the fact that there is a future mindset which is awaiting us all. But somehow, if we can bring that future mindset into this present world, then hopefully this pandemic will have served as a catalyst. And again, not to diminish the seriousness of the physical suffering it has brought upon the world, but as they say, every dark cloud has a silver lining. Every tunnel has a light at the end of it that shimmers into that underground pathway. So somehow, if we can work and recognizing that while we definitely are praying for everyone to have a healing and some wise, blessed soul to come up for a way of treating and curing this virus, this horrible pandemic, at the same time, too, on a subliminal, more superconscious level, we are given an opportunity to isolate ourselves, even if we don't go out to a lake or a river, or a mountainside or a seashore, to see within our mind ourselves, to go out to the seashore of our mind, to the wellspring of our soul, to realize that there the Creator waits for us to interact and to try to become more aware of what are the values of the world to come, which we of Israel humbly suggest people can learn about in the oral and written Torah tradition, especially in the world of Pnimis Torah, the inner dimension of Torah. And all of this should manifest in the way of Ahava, Chad, one love, Gorla, Chad, one destiny, calling of all of Badachim, Darki, Shalom, in a pleasant, peaceful manner. And I want to remind everyone, because I'm my faults first, I've got to be good, you've got to be, we've all got to be good. It's Tevatov, the Haiti, is the nature of good to do good, and the good that is waiting for us to be activated by little teeny tiny acts in the garments of our soul, our good thoughts, our good speech, and our good action. And again, heartfelt prayers for those who need a refuah shlema, a complete healing for the entire human family experience to become students, children of fusion of the future world where there'll be no hatred, jealousy, competition amongst us. And we shall all be anointed and not be disappointed, getting the full revelation of our Tzelem Elohim, which is no dream, in a way of a Havachad, one love, Gorlachad, one desi, Kulan of all, with dark, shalom, pleasant, peaceful fashion.